Oh, here we go again. It's every freaking day, man. It is every freaking day. There's a new Nintendo Switch 2 leak and new Nintendo Switch 2 rumors, and YouTubers make videos about it, and websites make articles about it. And then it's like, I have to come along and be like, hey, this is why this is probably nonsense. This is why nobody should be talking about this. But the problem is people are already talking about it. So I need to get a piece of the pie, of course, because secure the bag. But more importantly, I have to educate people and tell people why it's pretty much nonsense. Poppycock, if you will. Now, there has been some things related to the Switch 2 that I definitely believe that we've talked about. Stuff like the Activision Blizzard stuff and Bobby Kotick saying it's more in line with the PlayStation 4 or an Xbox One in terms of power. I 100% believe that. I 100% expect this to be hardware based in that same sort of range, just with things like artificial upscaling DLSS. It'll look a little bit better than maybe some of those games did on there, or maybe it won't. We don't really know, because we don't know anything about this damn system. But I'll be damned if there's not a million videos and website articles about this new story. Nintendo Switch 2 to release on September 24th, 2024 with two models priced at and above $400. Rumor. So not only do we have a price of this system, but now we have the actual release date of the system. So we know when it's coming, folks. Get your pre-orders in, start saving up your money, saving up your rupees, your ruples, your euros, your francs. I think that's a currency. Your lira. Shout out to my Italian brethren out there. And of course your greenbacks. So a few hours ago, at the time of the writing of this, Discord user Soldier Delta, who provided information and screenshots showcasing Team Ninja's Rise of the Ronin a while back on the Snitches server. When the hell, and we're going back to full screen on this, when the hell did Discord, like, I hate Discord. I will keep it a buck. I do not like Discord. I think it's weird. There's a ton of weird people on there doing weird stuff. The only time I use Discord is with Spawncast Network stuff. If we're doing the podcast, or we're recording for the podcast, or I'm recording a Who TF Is over on the second channel. It's the only time I use Discord. There are people that just spend their whole lives on Discord. When did Discord become like the place for rumors and leaks? Sorry for that. Just a little aside there. He revealed that the internal name is NG. A lot of people have issue with that because NG is actually used in a negative connotation in the Japanese language. It's considered something not pleasant, not good. So a lot of people are hung up on that, saying that that's actually a problem. You know, I think it's more so based on next gen Switch. I'm not even sure if that's going to be the code name of it, but I don't think it's an internal name if that has a negative connotation. Is targeting a September 2024 release precisely on the 24th. The console, however, may also be released during Nintendo or November of 2024. And there's a placeholder window. Additionally, two models will be available at launch. A standard model that will retail for $500 and a digital only option that will retail for $400. Even though right here, like that's wrong. He didn't say $499, because here is the Discord message right here. The internal name is the NG. It's coming out in September, but maybe early November. There's two models, one being $449 with a digital option for $400. That's all we have for now. Now, there's a ton of red flags with this. First and foremost, let's look at what day September 24th, 2024 is, shall we? So we're just gonna go here. Oh yeah, and the Rise of the Ronin stuff. I wanted to show you guys this, that he allegedly leaked all of this stuff about it. I mean, it's kind of made sense based on the trailer for the game that we got. And then we kind of base this information on what we saw in the trailer for the game. Like, okay, it kind of looks like Assassin's Creed in a Japanese sort of feudal setting. Like, yeah, there's some Assassin's Creed. Oh, there's some Ghost of Tsushima in there too. Like, this is from 2024, this trailer, but this story is from July of 2023. So I don't understand why we're making a big deal out of this. Like, I could have said this sort of stuff. Oh, there's skill and technique trees or difficulty options. It's a mixture. Like, no kidding. But anyways, like I said, let's look at September 24th, 2024. September 24th, 2024. So that is a Tuesday. A Tuesday. So what's interesting about that is Nintendo never releases anything on a Tuesday. They never release anything on a Tuesday. They like to do Fridays, because Fridays are kind of their day when they're going to do stuff with that. So right then and there, that should be a huge red flag. That right then, you know, the whole Rise of the Ronin thing. Okay, like maybe you got a screenshot of it that nobody had, but I don't necessarily think your information wasn't anything that anyone couldn't deduce from this. But let's talk about the real red flag with this situation for me, is that there's going to be a standard model for $450 and a digital only model for $400. Now, I find that to be absolutely ridiculous because of many reasons. First and foremost, when it comes to physical media, Nintendo is still kind of the king of that. You know, Nintendo produces more physical media for their games than most other companies do, like, period. Like, yes, there is some digital only stuff that they have released, but for the most part, there's always a physical based medium alongside of a release of a Nintendo game. And why is that? Simply because if you look at the Japanese market, which I have always said, you know, I think Nintendo focuses way too much on the Japanese market for some of their business decisions. Like, yes, it is a large market, but out of the three markets, Japan, Europe, and America, it's the third smallest. You know, Europe in second, America in first. But in this situation, I'm kind of glad that they're looking at the Japanese market, because if you look at the Japanese market as it stands right now, out of 100% of Nintendo games that are sold, 70% are done physically. 70%. So they're going to potentially cap that off at the knees by doing this digital only version that obviously is going to be easier to find if it is allegedly a thing. And then people are just not going to have access to the physical games available on the Nintendo Switch 2 or whatever it's called. I could still buy games for my PlayStation 5. I can still buy games for my Xbox Series X. Now, obviously, there are digital editions of those systems, but those markets, they don't necessarily cater to the Japanese market. Nintendo does, for better or worse. And in this situation, I don't see them making a digital edition for a market that doesn't really like digital games. But more so, what would that mean for backwards compatibility? Because if you're introducing a digital only model, that means all these physical Nintendo Switch games you have, or you might have, they're worthless. You're going to re-download everything on your Nintendo Switch. How are you going to verify that somebody has a physical, you know, format of it? So is backwards compatibility going to be a thing, or is it not going to be a thing? Because I've been told by so many people that it's a foregone conclusion. But I think if they're doing a digital only release of this system, there's not going to be backwards compatibility. And I know that you can get some form of backwards compatibility with stuff like your PlayStation 5 and your Xbox Series S. I'm not an idiot. But those companies are very different in how they handle things. Those companies are very different in their infrastructure for distributing digital games comparative to Nintendo. Nintendo would like for you to buy their games again. That's why they released so many games that are now remasters and remakes and stuff like that. They want you to experience these games again. So that's a damning thing for the whole argument about, you know, the backwards compatibility. But the bigger argument here is this is all nonsense. This is all poppycock. This is all ridiculous stuff. I have talked to some people behind the scenes, and they have said that this is all ridiculous. This is all just folklore stuff that nobody's going to remember. So how do we get to this point? How do we get to this point with reporting on stuff nowadays to where we just take a random Discord user who happened to have some screenshots of Rise of the Ronin, who happened to watch the trailer and talk about what they saw? If they had a better track record, sure, maybe I would lend my ear to this a little bit more. But literally all they did was watch the Rise of the Ronin trailer and then say what we all pretty much deduced from that, and allegedly came up with some accurate screenshots of it. But they're a random Discord user, but they have all the information, folks. They have everything you need to know. I understand that stuff from, you know, with the original Nintendo Switch, it was accurately leaked on 4chan before the announcement of the system. I get that, but this is a traceable thing. They can find your Discord. So if you're really talking truths, it wouldn't be too hard to find you. And I don't think Nintendo would like that information getting out there. Those Nintendo ninjas are real, man. They'll threaten you. They'll show up at your house. Hey, you know, I've heard the stories. I've seen the proof, and I've even had some emails sent to me. But this is all bullshit. That's what this is. This is all bullshit. This video was a complete waste of time for me to make because none of it is true. But the problem is I have to make this video. I have to. Because if I don't, then there's going to be people out there that are seeing this information and taking it as factual and messaging me. Did you see this? It's already all over my Facebook feed, my Twitter feed. Did you see this? Did you see this? It's crazy. I can't believe it. $500 to $450, $400. Shut up. Shut up. There's nothing to talk about with this. But somehow I managed to talk about it. Annoying. Annoying. Anyways. Calm down. Little kumbaya. We'll breathe in. Breathe out. Let me know what you think of this in the comment section down below. And am I an idiot? Soldier Delta, the real deal. He's a universal soldier. Pastor Troy. I always keep my composure, often full of that doja. Universal soldier, I'm ready for war. I love Pastor Troy. Anyways, let me know what you think of this in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching this video. Be sure to subscribe. Be sure to let me know what you think of Soldier Delta. And as always, I'll catch you guys on the next video. Later.